No. Yeah, it's John Lab Pulse, but I do other stuff too. I don't know if you remember, I came up here a handful of times last year. I think I did one video. My dad's 1985 Pontiac Grand Am. A5, first one in Illinois. We bought it in Vincent's. Family, dad is the primary car up until probably 89. Took it on vacation, DC in 86, Nashville, St. Louis. I drove it in high school. It didn't look like that before I got hold of it, and it looked worse after I got done. But Dad had other cars. I kind of took it over until 99. I bought a parts car, hence the 4-tone, 5-tone, 4-tone. No, we're 5 now because we have rust. I was working on the quarters, but I started working and I bought my Cutlass and it just sat out in the front yard, but I'd been working on it, the rust and the doors, them quarters and that lip. There's a hole that goes through, but primed it and rust converted it, grinded it off, and I came home one day and my brother-in-law was driving it to work and didn't even give me time to put the bumper on the back of it. But then one day they hauled it up here and it's sat since probably 2001 or probably 2001. And I'm like, I've been watching videos. It's Vice Grip Garage, and he says, get out there and do it, fellers. If your project won't work unless you do. And I came up probably half a dozen times. I had to find the keys first, get in it. I got in the driver's door, prying and WD-40, broke the key off in the passenger door, but I eventually reached. I couldn't tell if it was unlocked or not. The doors were stuck. There's a tree that grew, it says so long. You can see where it rubbed on the mirror. I don't remember. It wasn't red. I didn't replace that one. No, that's the mirror that came on the blue gray car. I wish I'd kept some more parts. All that molding on the side, besides the front and rear bumper, it just turns to dust. But anyhow, got in it, started lubricating. This was packed full of leaves. Spent probably 3 weekends. I mean, it was all packed solid up in there. There's still, well, these are from this year, but all that is still packed solid of leaves. But I got in the breather, air breather. All this was full of rat shit. Well, not really mice. It's just this family of possums living right here. And it was going back and forth, rubbing. The cap was off. Well, I don't know how many years the cap was off. But digging out the leaves, I found the cover. I take the cleaner off. And that little pump thing there, there's 2 bolts holding it off. I took the valve cover gasket off, cleaned out the debris, took the alternator off. I tested it. The alternator's good. The belt was chewed, so I got a new alternator belt. I pulled all the plugs. The plugs look brand new. So right here, my plan, eventually, I'm going to get a battery. They're only $75. I'm going to get a battery. I got to pull. One of those is the in, and one of them's a return. I got one of them loose, and there's still gas in it, so that was kind of hopeful. But one of those is return, and one of those is in, one of them's out. I want to crack them off, both of them off, pull the plugs back out, take a battery to it, and turn it over by the battery. And if it turns over, no way, unless I got that tire off, if I could put a wrench on that pulley. But that's the one belt. and then the alternator belt's on the outside. The alternator's good. The bracket, alternator bracket's right there. I got a new bolt because there's only two holding it on. One holding it on. I got the second one. But my plan was go way, 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 way back is to drag it towards civilization. Well, I'm half hour from home. That's my sister's. Then probably 200 yards from civilization. And that's a long truck. All the tires are SOL. The only way I could get closer to civilization is if I pull tires off. And civilization, middle of nowhere, pond. That's my 63 one day. Someday. It's gutted. I bought it gutted. It's been sitting here with the Grand Am. But I got me a Hootie impact driver. That whole can of WD-40 I got, well, last year I got one off the front. I snapped two off the back, and I was looking in the drawers at Mom and Dad's house. I have extra lug nuts, so I can't snap off too many more. And I might eventually have to get new lug nuts, because on these, the ones in the front, the cool outer coating is off. So it's actually good because I could get WD-40 down in there. But it's also bad because it's not a standard or a metric size with that sleeve off. It's in between. I got 3 off just a little bit ago. I got one. I need to hammer that millimeter on it, because it's too big and too small. Too big, too small for standard, and too big for metric. Sure. So I got one left there, and I got all these last 3 off, which, like I said, it has its pros and cons. This one, the crown came off, so I could spray WD-40 in there. And I just kept back and forth, tighten, loosen. I just gave her all the beans. I fed her all the onions, you know what I'm saying? And I got those 2 off. Then I had to get that cap out of my impact sockets. So I got that wrench yesterday so I could charge it. I got the bag today. I got them impact sockets probably 25 years ago. Never used them. So I'm using them, and now they're all rusty and covered in dirt. So I gotta go to the house, try to find me a hammer so I can hammer on, or otherwise I just end up smoking it. So I'm gonna try to find me a Tanya Harding 2.0 and smoke that side on. See if I can. I want to get one side off, and it has sank since the last time I was here. I jacked it up. I had to abandon one of my jacks up here for like 2 weeks. It was stuck under it because it sunk so far in the mud. I couldn't get it back. I wouldn't raise. It was raised all the way it could, but it sunk that far in the mud. So I got another jack from Civilization to jack it up so I could dig my other jack out. I don't have as much room over here. I've done a lot of trimming. Yeah, I got it way up off the ground. That's how far I had to get it off the ground to get my jack out of it. So this side's up. So I'm promising these Iron Dukes, 2.5 liter Iron Duke. It's fun because, you know, back in 50s, 60s, 70s, carbureted, then 90s fuel injection. This is kind of in between. It's like a carburetor setup, but there's a jet on top. I think it's CFI. Yeah, Fortec. 2.5 liter Fortec SFI, something like that. So it's like in between. It's like a carburetor, but there's an injector on top. I dumped a bunch of brake cleaner down it. I dumped a gallon and a half in the tank. I threw some barium down in there. I was really ambitious. I came here this first time I came, and then I was like, pump the brakes. Well, I didn't pump them. I had to stomp on them. Like I said, this was caked full. But once I got it off the ground, air could get under it. I could get in there and really blow in there. And I was underneath, and just handfuls and handfuls of leaves, dead possum. Yeah, there was a dead possum, like down in there. I had to dig him all out. His guts were eaten out. I don't know if he died and rotted or they nibbled on him. But it isn't bad. I got some wiring chewed there. I don't know where the rest of that is. I think that's just a 20 volt or a 12 volt or whatever. There's my positive side post. Like I said, that battery acid. You can replace those, but I'd probably have to drill that one out to get it out. The rivets, the spot welds. It's just a drain hole. With my head prop, so I could keep it open to keep air moving. It doesn't really look too bad. There's a vacuum hose somewhere. I'll have to learn eventually where it goes. There's leaves still down in there. Oh yeah, I get. Come on. Oh, the thermostat is out. What would I do with it? I need a new one in. I don't know what the deal is. I dumped water in it last year, but now it's all gone. I don't know if the freeze plugs are blowed out of it or what. I need a thermostat. Hoses. Upper rad hose is good, you know what I'm saying? That's old clampies. That's old jam clampies. I don't remember the bottom one. I don't remember ever. Oh, there's the bottom one. Have to spray those. I hope it's not just dumping out on the ground. I have to dump some in it, just stick my head under it and watch. Iron Duke, 1985. They put these in everything. Fieros, S10s, S15s. Isn't all of them. They're good. 2.5 liter. You figure it up, it's half of a 302. So this is 85. This was 85. The speedometer, it's at 85. I don't think it would do any more than that, but getting an 85 running around town, it was fast. It had these tall, dumb, skinny tires on it. There's like two different sizes for the 13s. You get tall and skinny, or there's a wider one. Then I got backup, there's 14s off the parts car. So depending on what was more available, if I get tires for a 14 or a 13, I want to put the 13s back on it eventually. And my brother-in-law, he was farming. Sticks. So I'm going to, I gotta find me a hammer. That's it. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna keep crack-a-lacking on it. Let you know what's going on and gave up. My plan was to get to civilization, but I might end up driving it out of here. I put a battery on it, it starts, and get gas in the gas tank. I'll just drive it out of here. There's a ditch down there full of water, but it's front-wheel drive. I never stuck. Front-wheel drive is a good little car. We'll make Pontiacs great again. Later. Thank you.